Welcome, Simmer friends, and welcome to leg number 3 of the, as I call, informative world tour, where we will travel around the world and learn more about our destination. And as you can see, we're flying today with Turkish Airlines, and that can only mean we are flying to Turkey. We are at Budapest Airport, which was our previous destination. And now we fly from Budapest to Istanbul, which means that when we are up in the air, you will have, as usual in this series, an in-flight video with more information about Istanbul. Yeah, let's get started. We don't have the best weather this morning. It's in the morning right now. And but we're still gonna see. Yeah, you cannot always fly with great weather. We planned this now, so let's get going. All right, we have started up with the ground power, but it is time to queue our crew. Let's see if they are in the area. They should be already. Because, well, the bus is here. What bus? Our passengers bus. There you go. So, I'd like to think I was a bit early, and now the crew is coming. There we go.
Crew, whenever you're ready, open the doors and let the passengers on board.
No problem.
There we go. I need to open the doors via this thing now, because we are using the stairs instead of the jetway. So there we go. What happened? What did I do? I have no idea. Enter IRS position. Well, that's fine. And we're boarding. I was a bit distracted by the sound of the of the passengers getting in. Let's load our fuel. We have a block fuel. If you are wondering where I get that from, watch my tutorials about Simbrief. We have a block fuel 8,970. No. There we go, 8,970 to start fueling. Passengers for today, 168 to Istanbul. And the cargo is the decimal one. No, it's not in decimals. Switching up planes is always, because the last time we flew from Rome to Budapest, we were flying with an Airbus A320, and today we are back in our Boeing 737-800. That is that. That is all set. Alright. FMC, we have the correct Eric. Let's get the data. We're on the left side of the cockpit, so that's the GPS. We are at Budapest airport. Here we go. Indicate, yeah. It's not very necessary. The route. We will fly to Istanbul. Why is he doing it? There's no one from VetSim online, which is now for the third leg that we are departing without someone online. Not sure if it's even going to change today. Let me show you. We are here, no one online, and we go fly over here. And there's also no one online. So, yeah, it seems to me that we just keep connecting with the Unicom and contact with the other pilots. Tell them what we're doing. So we just queue our departure. And let's have a look at our route for today. Map. Regarding the wind, it's a variable wind. I got the recommendation to get a runway 31 right, which we are also landed on the last leg. So we then turn around and we will head for Romania and a bit of Bulgaria, and then we will approach into Istanbul. So since it's not that great weather, let's have a look how our route in the weather looks like. And Navigraph has a nice new thing. Basically, it's just over Budapest right now, but as soon as we are up in the air, it's gonna have it's quite okay. Doesn't really look like anything special. This is rain. Gonna get another radar. Turbulence, icing, cloud cover. You see, it's really here now. So when we're up in the air and we move towards the south, then it's not going to be good. Changes it in. There we go. All right. Good. Then our route will be the Veti to Romeo with the transition of Veti. Veti to Romeo. No transition. Alright. And as you can see, it looks quite okay. Let's check it out. Flight director, let's turn it on already. Traffic lights, I would like to have that on. And data, airports, waypoints. Nah, I don't care about that much. Let's have a look at our route. So here we go. Step by step, we turn around and we go south, as we've seen. And that looks all okay. Doesn't really look like something is wrong over there. Back to the map. And let's continue with our performance, which we're going to take from our Simbrief data again. And we will start on the left downside, which is the cost index of 78. We have our final reserves, which is 3.4. Once again, I'm taking this off the Simbrief. Well, let me just show you if you're new. I'm taking it all from here. For example, the block fuel is right there. The reserves and the alternatives you fill out there is right over here. And this is how I scroll through. Cost index, that's our flight steps. There's only one, which is our cruise level of flight level 330. And that's what you, that's where you all take that one. Same as the zero fuel weight, which is, as it says, the weight without fuel loaded. That is 60.9 for today. Alright. And we will have our flight level of 330. Transition altitude, that's something we get from our... but also let's have a look at the wind. Average wind at the cruise level. 33, that's 242. That's 039. Just fill it out. And the transition altitude, we will have that from our departure, which is right over here. So let's lay it over. Alright, we're gonna fly like this. With some steep turns after takeoff. Any restrictions? So our transition altitude is actually 10,000. Let's put that in. There we go. Using reserve fuel, yeah, because we're still loading the fuel. That's not a problem. We're still loading fuel, so let's wait until this is done. Let's keep an eye on our fuel loading. Yeah, you see, we're still loading. So that's why he says reserve, because he calculates it from what is currently loaded. So I'm a bit too quick with this, which means we can actually brief our departure. We will take off from runway 31 right. Bank to the right, and then go south. Any height restrictions? Approach when passing 3000. It's contact approach when passing 3000. Alright, as usual, maximum speed of 250 knots below 10,000. These just require minimum climb gradient of 5 up to 10,000. Alright. Climb on 295 degrees. Course to BP 1. And then 03 degrees to the bank to the right, to course to BP 812, and then course right to Vatic. But it doesn't show me. So, if unable to advise ground speed, that's obvious. So these require minimum climb gradient of 5%, 5% of 10,000 feet. So what I'll do is I'll put in 10,000 feet as our departure. $7,000 or up to 7,000 light turbulence. All right, so let's stick at 7,000 feet, and we'll see how we climb further. And that's how we brief. Let's have a look at our taxiways. We actually don't need any pushback, so that's nice. Because somehow the simulator puts us in this position. So we can just go like this. Papa 3, Papa 4, Alpha 8. This is Papa and Alpha. And then we turn around and we line up. All good. Looks all good to me. By the time we are filled up with the fuel, which means we can turn on the seatbelt sign. That is the wrong button. There we go. There we go. Turn on the seatbelt sign. I like to turn on the pumps so we can start the APU. Well done. Start the APU. Great. And a Wizz Air has spawned. That is very nice. Don't know why I'm spawned like this, but I'll just keep it like that. We are loaded up with the cargo. Let's continue on our... So this looks all good. Take off flaps 5 in this plane. Center of gravity fills out automatically until I know more about that. And then we will have our V2 of 152, which will fill out right here. That's our cue from our crew that we are fully boarded, which is great. 10,000. Oh, I like to keep it that way. Flight directives are on. It's all good, all good, all good. Yeah, nice. Oh, our QNH, I actually have no idea. Switch it to hectometer Pascal. And we have a QNH of 1017. Great. Let's switch to the generator of the APU. There we go. APU bleed. And that means that we can disconnect from everything, basically. Release the ground power. Passenger bus. Stairs. Release. Everything is closed right now.
Cabin crew, please arm doors and cross-check. Thank you.
Hi, Captain. All passengers are on board and doors have been cleared.
Thank you very much.
Alright, let's start the engine. Collision on. It's a red light, as you see. This means for the ground crew, hey, we are going to start the engine. But let's turn on our parking brake and take away the jokes. There we go. Start the engines. Fuel pumps. That's alright. Yeah, that's all good. Hydraulics. Window heat. Three. Airport elevation is 325. Alright, it's in the middle. I'll just take this one in. I'll just take it. Alright. Oh, looks good. Probe heat we'll do later. We actually have fuel in the center tank, so we'll put that on. That goes away. Alright. That's great. And that looks like we can start engine number 2. Have a zipper coffee. Ignition. My voice is leaving me sometimes for a bit today. I'm so sorry. And this pushes back. And this one is off. Then we can start engine number 1. There we go. Ignition. Before I forget, we need to turn on our... I like to set it just to 1,000. Because there's nobody online. And we turn our transponder on. There we go. Good engine start. Switch to the generator. Turn on taxi lights. Heat. Turn the APU bleed off and the airbags on.
Budapest traffic, Lufthansa 450 lining up runway 31 left and takeoff.
Nice, I'm not the only one who communicates with Unicom. Great. Flap 5. Flap 1. 2. And 5. Trim is actually a bit like 5, so we'll put it right there. Here we go. And the brakes. And it's all good. And last check for our flights. Controls, bank to the right. Bank to the left. Descent. Ascent. Rudder right. Rudder left. Looks all good to me. I can still have the engine data right there. It's all good. We go taxi, so let's turn on the cabin light a bit more dim. There we go. And it all looks good, right? Yes. Do I have the logo on? Yeah, the logo is on. Alright, well, not a problem. Budapest traffic, Turkish 4906, taxiing to runway 31 right. Of course I need to take off the parking brake, which is always a problem for me. There we go. Yes, there we go. There we go. There we go. And now we can go. How this plane responds to the rudder pedals is just incredible. No delay, really tight, really nice. It's really bad weather in Budapest at the moment. Let's hope that Istanbul has a bit better weather to offer for us. What I forgot actually was to put this right. 3-1. There we go. Nothing coming. Okay, continue. There's also nothing coming. No. So we have the passenger's view as usual. I'm just a bit scared that as soon as we are above the clouds, there's not much to see from Budapest or Hungary. But it cannot always be great. It's a shame though, because with takeoff you actually could have a nice view over Budapest. Because we fly directly towards the center after takeoff and then bank to the right. I'm not using my wipers because, yeah, I don't find it very useful in the simulator. Like, look, it's just for your idea. Doesn't really do much. See? What does it do? It's just for show. So then I just don't use it. And there's our turn, where we can line up runway 31 right. Budapest traffic, Turkish 496, lining up runway 31 right and take off.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
Landing lights. And the strobe lights. Just double check. Strobe lights are on. That's great. Alright, let's take off.
Knots.
100 knots.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
It's great. Flight directors. Come on. Here we go. Let's climb to flight level 100. Landing gear. I know it should be a bit more to the left, but since we need to bank to the right, with 31 degrees anyways, I'm gonna keep it right here. As usual, as I say, normally they would have turned on the autopilot already by now, but I like to fly the departure manually because, well, if you have a steering wheel, you better use it. There we go. Alright, let's continue our climb. Flaps up. Flight level 100, standard QNH. Landing lights off. Let's quickly turn off the dome lights. Right, there we go. And let's bank to the right so we can go south to Istanbul. And after this turn we'll turn off the seatbelt sign. We got a fuel caution, but that means that we've used all the fuel in the center tanks, and we will switch to the fuel in the wings. But it just gives the fuel that you have the fuel pumps on the center tank. But there is no fuel, so that's why you get the warning. But that's not a problem, because most of the fuel is in the wings anyways. I'll have a look at that after this turn. You can just turn off the pumps of that and then you lose the warning. There we go. Now it's basically one straight line. Turn on the autopilot. There we go. And then let's see to get to our cruise level. There we go. Standard QNH. Alright. Zoom a bit out for our route. There we go. Terrain. Weather data. I'm not sure if that's really doing anything. So keep it at that. Alright. Flaps are good. Speed is good. That is alright. And we are on our way. And we are above the rain clouds. Well, we're in between actually. But we will keep climbing above it. Still no one online. Different view for a change. We have some more clouds. It's not the best weather. But as far as I can see on the radar, it's gonna clear up. At fatigue we should be quite fine. Some small winds, but not really drastic. It's said that we can have a turbulence window, but oh, look at that. Alright. Doesn't look like any problem really at the moment for us. Flight level 2. Oh, let's see. I can even have at the flight levels, because that's where we're going to be at. No, it doesn't really... It's such a great new feature, this weather radar. They really make it worth the money. Good. Flight level 212. And we're leaving the bad weather behind us. We're heading into good weather. Fantastic. Put that request the winds. There we go. Load them. And execute. There we go. Yeah, forecast uplink ready. We already did. There we go. Okie dokie. Top of the climb is right over there. As you can see, we're really leaving the bad weather behind us. It was just currently above Budapest. The more south we go, the better weather we're gonna get. So nothing to worry about. It's quite pretty livery. It's basic, but it still has something. I like it. Delivery of the airplane of the Turkish Airlines. We get to the point where I say that if you enjoy these series, subscribe, like the video, and if you like to learn for yourself how to fly in a simulator like this, join the Discord server. I'll send you an invitation, and we can have a chat, we can fly together, and just get to know each other. Weather looks better and better, so as I said, nothing to worry about. We are flight level 250, and we're forgetting to queue the food, and that they can stand up from the air. That's not good, though. Oh. Anyways, the bad weather's behind us. Let's. There we go. But that's terrain. Alright. So, the passengers are getting food served. And while they are getting food served, I would like to invite you to leave the cockpit and have a seat in the back. Because there we have prepared once again another in-flight informative video, and this time we're gonna tell you all about Istanbul. After this in-flight video, we will fly towards our approach, and this will be speeded up as usual. So I'd like to invite you to watch the movie, and then I'll talk to you when we start preparing for our arrival. Enjoy!
Welcome to the Dancing Pilot World Tour. In this tour, we will visit many places around the world, and today we will visit our third city on the schedule. The first leg brought us from Amsterdam to Rome, then we went to Budapest, and in this third leg we will fly to Istanbul. We will arrive at the new Istanbul airport, which is functional since 2019 and is the larger of two international airports serving Istanbul. All scheduled commercial passenger flights were transferred from Atatürk Airport to Istanbul Airport on 6th of April 2019, following the closure of Atatürk Airport for scheduled passenger flights. It served more than 64 million passengers in 2022, making it the busiest airport in Europe and the seventh busiest airport in the world in terms of total passenger traffic, and by serving more than 48 million international passengers, the fifth busiest airport in the world in terms of international passenger traffic. Istanbul, formerly known as Constantinople, is the largest city of Turkey, serving as the country's economic, cultural, and historic hub. The city lies in both Europe and Asia and has a population of over 15 million residents, which makes it the most populous European city and the world's 15th largest city. The name Istanbul is commonly held to derive from the medieval Greek phrase, to the city, and is how Constantinople was referred to by the local Greeks. So what to do on a visit to Istanbul? Here are a few examples. Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque. Located in the Sultan Ahmed neighborhood, Hagia Sophia is a former church and museum, now a mosque. It is one of the world's greatest architectural works and accepted as the eighth wonder of the world. As it serves as a mosque now, entrance to Hagia Sophia is free of charge. Topkapi Palace Museum. Also located in the Sultan Ahmed neighborhood, Topkapi Palace is a magnificent oriental palace and one of the world's richest museums. It was the residence of the Ottoman sultans from the 15th century to the mid-19th century. It has 4 courtyards, terraces with astonishing views, as well as a precious collection which makes it one of the top tourist attractions of the city. Sultan Ahmed Square and the Blue Mosque. Also located in the Sultan Ahmed neighborhood, the Blue Mosque, also called Sultan Ahmed Mosque, is a great sample of the Turkish and Islamic architecture and one of the most visited sites and mosques in Istanbul. It can also be considered as a triumph of harmony, proportion, and elegance. Istanbul Archaeology Museum. The last tourist attraction located in the Sultan Ahmed neighborhood are the Istanbul Archaeology Museums. The museums contain an immense collection of Hellenistic, Roman, and Byzantine works, and items including sculptures and sarcophagi. They consist of 3 separate museums, such as the Archaeology Museum, the Museum of the Ancient Orient, and the Tide Pavilion. Galata Tower. Located in the Galata neighborhood, Galata Tower, topped with a distinctive witch's hat roof, is an old Genoese tower overlooking the city, which also has a luxurious restaurant at the top. Travelers may enjoy the breathtaking 360 degrees panoramic views of Istanbul, Golden Horn, and Bosphorus. Grand Bazaar. Located in the Bayezid neighborhood, the Grand Bazaar, also known as Kapalı Çarşı, is an excellent shopping adventure that you won't want to miss. A series of covered streets feature over 4,000 merchants, all selling their products and wares. You can find anything here from boots and slippers to gold and silver jewelry. Of course, there are much more to see in this great city, but these were just a few examples. We hope you enjoyed this informative video and we wish you a pleasant journey.
We have just crossed into Bulgaria airspace, which for me is the cue to prepare our arrival. There's still no ATC online in Istanbul, which means that we will have a look how the wind is over there and what runway to choose and which websites do we use for that. This one, Istanbul Airport. So we got 50 degrees at 12 knots. We got a crosswind anyways. So then let's have a look what our plan was anyways. It's 3-5 right. 3-5 right is possible, so we'll stick with that. Which means we will have this approach and then we'll get into ILS 3-5 right. Which ILS The 35 right shall we choose? We have this one. Looks good. Yeah, stick with the X-ray. No, we'll stick with X-ray. There we go. Alright. We're gonna put that now into our MCDU. Departure and arrival. Arrival at Istanbul. We'll get ILS X35 right. With the Rixe 2 Alpha. And Imren transition. There we go. Now quickly put in a fix. We are at flight level 330. Can actually calculate it by our head. Anyways, that's our flight level divided by 1000 times 3. 99. That's could be our top of descent. Let's make it equal 100. So let's have our fix at runway. Come on. 35 right. This is for the flaps and speed. And this is for the top of descent manual. Well, let's have a look what that does to our flight plan. That looks quite good. And where is our top of descent? That's actually what I'm trying to figure out. We'll tune this in so that it gets the automatic top of descent. There we go. Can't really see it. I'm looking for the automatic top of descent. Well, let's have a look at our approach route before we start descending ourselves then. So let's have a look. We are here. And are there any restrictions? Yes, of course there are. We need to be at flight level 230 at Rixe. Between 140 and 160 here, and here at 10,000. All right, let's put it into flight level 100. I think it might be a bit too early to start descending, so I'm also not gonna do that yet. But this is all good. transition level by ATC. Alright, we got a speed restriction of 230 knots there. Let's write down our course for the ILS 354 10955 is the ILS frequency. And the minimums are 415. There we go. Well, the transition level, I can't really figure that out. Well, there we go. It's 12. It's flight level 120. There we go. QNH we take from the METAR, which we have here. So much winds. 1015. And we can win the loads. Win the load. Load the winds. There we go. But that looks good to me. Let's see how that. Yes, this looks all good. Like it doesn't really show that we need to start descending already, because he also wants us to be on cruise level at Buvak, and he wants us to be at cruise level at Vabur. And then there's the top of descent, the automatic top of descent after Vabur. So that's great. So we are on schedule. Currently flying above Bulgaria. We've flown over Romania, now Bulgaria, Black Sea, and then we start our approach. Get a bit more information about the weather. Clear skies. Look at that. Turbulence. Doesn't really show anything. It's all good. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, no. It all looks good. No ATC online, as I said. Which is a shame. Oh, I didn't have a look at the 3,000 feet is mandatory to get the glide slope, so that's 3,000 feet. Alright. Not a problem. And I'm actually questioning if we would fast forward again. Or if we just leave it at this. Just if you're questioning the fast forward, am I fast forwarding it in the sim? Nope. That's the video editing. With video editing, I speed up the footage. I am actually flying for hours. And sometimes you can see that I'm switching frequencies or taking a look while it's being fast forwarded. I do that because I think it's much more fun to have an overview of the flight route without that the video takes hours and hours. Because with this fast forward, a flight, like footage of an hour, is being sped up into 2 minutes. And I think that keeps the video a bit more going than to just watch this slowly go by. If you like that, I did some videos before where I just live streamed on Twitch and put those live streams onto the channel. But since I dived a bit more into video editing, which I really enjoy doing, I really enjoy figuring out more and more how that works. And as you saw from my previous videos, the touristic in-flight videos are completely handmade by me. I take footage from the internet and place it into a video, and I edit stuff over it, like texts, and the voice you hear is actually from my lovely girlfriend, which I asked to do because I can imagine that it changes up a bit to listen to my voice the whole time, and it's nice to hear a female voice in a video. So I calculated that this could be our top of descent, but the plane says it wants to do the top of descent there. So, and from previous videos, I trust the plane actually with its calculations. I could do this now, and then it would just slowly go down until the places where. Shall we test that actually? Am I gonna ruin it for myself then? But if I press this now, then it will go still on the descent rate of what is programmed here. It will just be at Rixon at this point. So let's have a look if that does it. So we'll cue the top of descent.
Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, once again, you will be delighted to know that we will shortly be starting our descent, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could make sure all aisles are clear for the cabin crew as they start making their way around the aircraft, it would be much appreciated. Thank you.
If you're watching this and you subscribed, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate every single subscriber, and I would actually like to get to know you. Why did you subscribe? Why did you like this video? And if you think that I can improve something that makes it for you nicer to watch, or just put it down in the comments, or join the Discord, where we can have a personal chat. I don't have a lot of subscribers at the moment. But that's not what this channel is all about. This channel is about sharing a passion I have for sim flying. And I also have a passion with learning more about cities in the world, and that's how I came up with this world tour. I just fly from city to city, and I would like to learn something about that city as well, and I learn it by making this video, and then I would like to share with you what I learned about that city. And that's how we are going to do, well, we're gonna just fly around the world. I know it's just been 3 legs right now. Amsterdam to Rome, where we learned about Rome. Rome to Budapest, where we learned about Budapest. And Budapest to Istanbul, where today we've learned much more about Istanbul. For example, I did not know that Istanbul airport is the busiest airport of Europe. Since I'm from the Netherlands, I always thought that it could be the Netherlands. Amsterdam, which is also very busy, but definitely Istanbul, yeah. Makes sense because it's on the brink of Asia, and like it's a really nice connecting spot, so makes sense. And we are descending. We changed our descent rate because at flight level 230 at Rixen, we can definitely make that. And then flight level 156 at Foxtrot Mike 906. Let's have a look. Foxtrot 906, 907. Need to be there. 907. Alright, yeah, that looks good. So need to be at flight level 100. Actually, since we put in the transition level, this is 10,000 feet at Foxtrot Mike 830. There we go. We need to keep this until we turn around, and then we need to be at Imren 4,000 feet. Imren 4,000 feet. And then we can go down to 3,000 feet, where we will catch the glide slope for our arrival. So no fast forward anymore, we're just gonna completely fly it out. But if you're not interested in this procedure, you would like to go to the approach, or the final approach, go down here at YouTube and find the chapters of the part of the video for your liking. Put this on my second screen. We've started our arrival route. Our approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, you may have noticed we've just begun our descent. If you could assist the cabin crew by tidying your tray and handing them any litter as they come around, it would be much appreciated. For safety reasons, please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode until after we've landed. And please also note that the aircraft toilets will shortly be out of use. Thank you.
Let's get our gross weight a bit better. We will have 4 fuel left. Our zero fuel weight was 60 something. So that's 64.9. Here we go. We'll land with flap 30. And that's also set. Which makes our speed to land 148 plus 5 of wind correction. So that's 153 speed to land. No ATC online yet. I'd just like to keep that. But there's also nobody communicating over here in Istanbul. Well, I'm sure I'm not the only one who is. Let's have a look. Like, I'm not the only one. That's me. So, well, I basically am the only one at the moment. Because the other approaches are way too far ahead, so I'm the only one landing. So just for the... And then we have departures. Estimated time of... That's the arrival. We have 2 departures that we need to keep in mind. But if they have a different runway, then that's perfect for me. And ladies and gentlemen, Turkey in front of us. So the airport of Istanbul must be around here somewhere. Like, I've been flying now for a whole while on the simulator, but I have not really ventured outside of Europe yet. For example, the US I didn't even touch. I've flown like learning it. I learned in the fly-by-wire, and how I learned it is that I did this kind of world tour by myself without recording it, and learning it on the go. And my thing was, if I had a successful landing, I could continue. If I would crash, I stopped. And I made it until Hong Kong via Tokyo. And that's definitely on the planning to definitely visit Hong Kong and Japan and US, so we're gonna have a lot of flights. But for now, stick with what we're heading for, and that's Istanbul, Turkey. This is terrain. Let's see, it's a bit higher terrain. Flight level 150. Cue the passenger's view. It's my pen, the ticking you heard. Yeah, why not? Why not? Cue the passenger's view. There you go. The passenger's view is also an editing thing. I I record this with a different software, and it's not simultaneously. It records the movements of your plane. So after I've landed, I restart the flight simulator, and I let the system redo the recording that I did. And then in editing, I synchronize the footage of the one recording with the recording I'm doing now. And that takes some time, because I'm quite of a perfectionist, and to have that. So what you see now is actually recorded later, if it makes sense. There we go, Turkey. And we are nicely between flight level 160 and 140, so that's also very good. You will also reduce the speed is already well done. Like, this is what I like about the PMDG. Like, the fly-by-wire Airbus has this nice flypad here and has great Simbrief integration, but it just can't beat the PMDG, how well this whole system works. The autopilot and the programming, it's a different level. But that's why you pay for it. The fly-by-wire is for free, and then for a free plane, it's top notch. If only PMDG could install the EFB by now. And we descend further to 10,000 feet. We're almost at our transition level. And then we change from standard to 1015. Like, what is this? No idea. That's a cracking that you hear, the radio. That's if someone puts a text in the vPilot, that's it. Standard QNH, we need to go to the normal one, which is 1015. There we go. We will fly over the sea and then turn around to the left. And then turn around again, and then we land. So the airport is, I can see on the radar, it's here somewhere. That's a cue that we reached our set altitude. Go to 4,000 whenever we can. Landing lights. Seatbelt sign.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt as soon as possible.
Also Turkey in the distance over there. Weather is much better over here than from our departure. So we are perfectly flying the approach because the restrictions over here is 10,000 feet and speed of 230 knots. If you're like, why is this 230 knots and does it say up here 272? This is the ground speed. And I hope it makes sense when I say that if you fly 230 here up in the air, the ground speed could be more. Greater. Is it more? Do you say that? So a tiny bit over this sea. So it's more like a big lake actually, but we will land on the European side of Istanbul. Keeping a close eye on traffic. And on radar if maybe Istanbul goes online, but I don't know. We can continue our descent. And now we need to descend to 4,000 feet. And at 3,000 feet we will catch the glide slope and we prepare for landing. And we are on schedule.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing. Thank you.
Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please make sure you are seated with your belts fastened and your
Right there.
seat in your flight position.
Bank to the left and then we land on 3-5 right.
Remember to turn off all electronic
Then we
devices
exit
before
on the right
flight.
side.
Thank you.
Ah. Yeah, that's the best. And then taxi back and find ourselves a nice gate over here. The terminal. The hangar. Yeah, here somewhere. We'll go and get Charlie. Go over here. And then hard to choose. Let's go here somewhere. Yeah. Should be fine. We'll stick on this route. Over here. And then pick here again. Now we're just monitoring. We're all set. Not to break a step. That is great. That's the tune that are almost at the set altitude from the autopilot. Which is great. Ladies and gentlemen, Istanbul. Approach mode activated. Let's view. And the glide slope view. We're a bit too early on 3000 feet, but better too early than too late. There's the glide slope.
Cabin crew, seats for landing.
Istanbul traffic, Turkish 496, establish ILS, approach, runway 35 right. Cabin is ready. You here have now a better view how we're gonna catch the glide slope, because that's the glide slope. And there we go. So 35 right. That's more center. So you have 2 on the left, and then this is probably ours, and then here's another one. Good. Put them all on. For the lights, then we can now start our flaps. Flap 1. Flap 2. Flap 5. Flap 10. Landing gear. Flap 15. Flat 25. Glide slope. Flat 30. Speed to landing speed. 153. And stabilize. In my opinion, we're a bit more to the left, but ILS looks good. 153. Looks like we have some wind again. Nothing to worry about. Istanbul traffic, Turkish 4906, 5 nautical miles away from runway 355. Let's get the auto throttle under control. Go. And let's actually let them get it a bit under control. Going very low over this hill.
300. 200. 100.
Autopilot disengaged.
Minimums. Sink rate.
Continue.
Sink rate. Pull up. Sink rate. 10.
And we've landed. I didn't know this was such a foresty this was an interesting landing. I'm actually quite proud of how I did it with the trees line and everything, but and the warnings we got. But we're good. All right. Flaps up. I'm just a bit curious, where is the airport? There's no, I don't see any taxiway going to the right. But we'll see. Let's see, there's something. So much trees. I'm not sure if this is correct. Doesn't really look like there's any road that takes me to an airport, to a gate. It's not very accurate. Oh, there's also nothing. It doesn't really look like anything to me. Alright, this is a failure of the simulator. They didn't really put a proper airport in here. Maybe I should investigate a bit more before I decide to fly somewhere. Because here to the right should actually be a route to go to the airport, to the gates. But to me it doesn't look like there's any gate. Let's stop it and let's have a view from above. Shall we? There's nothing. Nothing here. Except that runway, these runways. Oh, that's a shame. All right. Well, then we need to be inventive, and we're just gonna place it right here and let the people get out and take the bus. This is so weird. What happened? Like, it's Istanbul Airport. Like, just to show you, this is what it's supposed to look like. I am here. I am where I need to be. So, yeah, there's also an airport, and an Atatürk International. As far as I learned, that one is closed since 2019. So, well, yeah. Just don't know what to do when we'd like to leave from here. But that's for the next time. Let's just let's just leave it at this. You. Yeah. There we go. We've landed here, and I'll leave it at this. This is funny. This is really funny. But probably this is something we can expect in the future again. Need to wait now for the startup of the APU, because there's no ground power here. APU, there we go. Turn off the engines. Engine is cooling down. Just let the passengers bus come, let them get out, and that's it. It's like so. What is wrong? What is it that Istanbul Airport is the largest of the two airports serving Istanbul, Turkey? It's located from following the closure of Atatürk Airport for scheduled passenger flights. Istanbul International, the new Istanbul Airport. Is there a map? This doesn't look yeah, look, there are actual flights from Turkish Airlines here. So I don't know what's wrong with the simulator, but let's get the stairs going in a passenger bus. And the loaders. If they can come over here. Look at that. There are my friends. People, you're gonna be evacuated. No worries.
Cabin crew, please disarm doors. Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, once again, we apologize for the slight delay getting you here, but you are now free to deboard and we're looking forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
There we go. Turkish Airlines landed on a not existing airport in the simulator. If you watch this video and you know, like, hey, Dan Sim Pilot, you made a terrible mistake in this airport, and you need to actually use a different airport. In the next leg, we're gonna leave from Istanbul, but we're gonna leave from one. We're gonna travel to Istanbul, enjoy the city, and then we will leave from a different airport where there are actually gates. Even though the passengers, they can now deboard, get in the bus, and they will be transferred to their hotel in the center. It was an interesting landing and very weird airport experience, but nonetheless, we're safe. So thank you for flying with the third leg of the world tour, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.